Welcome to Gaming Dad 101, the show for gamers became dads and now we're looking for cheat codes. Welcome to episode 64 for the week of January 16th, 2019. Joining me today is Ricky.
What's going on, everybody?
And of course, I am your host, Chris. Now, before we get into the show, remember, guys, that Gaming Dad 101 goes live to you each and every week on podcast services around the world on every Wednesday. Remember to go ahead and rate us and subscribe. That way you get the episode directly to your device and you get notifications on when they're posted. And make sure to go ahead and give us a rating so that it gets us more listeners, and share this with your friends and your family. If they are into video games and or are a dad that are, coming up, why not? So without further ado, Ricky, how's your week been, man? What's up? How's Overcooked?
Overcooked? We finally made it to the outer space world.
Nice.
So that is level 5-1. So, yeah, me and my wife really haven't had the chance to actually play it. I did play with my oldest daughter Zoe, and we had fun. Yeah, this one it's a little bit more confusing because I actually have to push a button to have the kitchen go to her side, and then she has to push a button to have the kitchen come back to my side, and it's like, okay, now. So yeah, we gotta play and see how we actually do for the first go around. But I mean, again, we're still chucking and going. I mean, we've been having fun with it. It's been a couple days since we've played it, but yeah, and I mean, just enjoying life, man. How about you?
Not too bad. I was a bit sick for a little bit there, so I didn't really get to do much. I couldn't even play video games really, so it kind of sucked. But aside from that, I did get the new Super Mario Wii U Deluxe. No, Super Mario U Deluxe. There you go. There's a U in there. But we did get that. Super fun. We let the kids play with us, and it became super stressful. super stressful.
I know the feeling.
It was, well, here's the thing. So, as we know, we have a little one, JC, he's 3. So he doesn't really know too much. So we figured, okay, we'll give him the easiest setting. And what Nintendo has done brilliantly is they created a character that is the easiest character, and he doesn't get hurt. He can jump on anything. There's no damage. He literally will not die. Even if you jump off the world, you just come right back. It isn't that big a deal. You have lives, but it doesn't really matter too much. That's the only thing. You have a set number of lives. But aside from that, you can't really get hurt unless you actually fall off and stuff. So we gave that one to JC. Our oldest, AJ, who's 10 now, or who's currently 10 going on 11, decided to then get jealous over the fact that his brother had the character that wouldn't get hurt. So then he wanted that character. But only one person can use the character at a time, which that's the mistake Nintendo made. But aside from that, it was pretty freaking sweet. It was pretty fun. Like I said, it was only stressful because the kids were more fighting against each other. Oh, easiest character. But here's the part, and here's the part that doesn't make any sense to me and has no logic. Why would you create a character that is meant for little children, and that one character is the only one that cannot get on top of a Yoshi?
Really?
He cannot ride a Yoshi. So then JC, we get to a point where we get a Joshi, and there's 4 Yoshis, and everybody's getting on top of one. I'm on one, my wife is on one, AJ's on one, and then JC can't get on it. So we think, oh, it's because he doesn't understand the controllers, he doesn't know what he's doing. So we went ahead and we did it for him and tried. I couldn't do it, Cece couldn't do it, and AJ couldn't do it. So clearly it isn't us at this point. It's 100% Nintendo. Why would you create a character for a child and not let that child ride the dinosaur? You know what I mean? That's the one part. And then it became a matter of he wanted the dinosaur, so he's fighting because he wants the dinosaur. So we're trying to trade controllers so that he can go ahead and play with the dinosaur, but he doesn't want that dinosaur. He wants his dinosaur. But then somehow, no, he switches the controller, but then no, now he wants his character back. It definitely was. How about you, man?
I mean, the only thing that I really got to play this upcoming past week, what was it? Oh yeah, I downloaded Celeste. It was
Oh, nice.
yeah, it was free for Xbox Gold. So they gave us a copy. I was playing it. I've actually enjoyed the game. It's pretty fun. One of the things that I actually do love about it, and because Celeste is actually a really hard game. If you play it just like it comes out, and the reason why I say that is because there's a setting that's called assist option that you can turn it on or you can leave it
Oh
off.
yeah, I've heard about that. That you can kind of make it, and you can do that as you go, right? Like you can do
Yeah.
that at any moment.
Yep. So if you have it off, basically you're limited to only have like one super jump. Your grip, because you have to hold on to the walls on certain sections. You
Hmm.
have a limited amount of time for stamina, basically, where you can hold on before you start falling off and sliding off.
Sweet.
And obviously, you're just gonna die a crap load of time, and that's part of the game. It will tell you you will die a lot, and that is very true. You will die a lot, but you will get better over time, and you'll get more practice, and you'll understand the puzzle on how to get through the specific map that you're currently in. With the assist mode, once you turn it on, like Chris mentioned, you can actually turn it on during the game. You can turn it off in the middle of a level if you want to go ahead and take a crack at it and see if you can actually master the level. But with it, you can go ahead and turn on unlimited super jumps. You can turn on unlimited stamina. With the super jumps, you can actually limit it to where you can do two super jumps, three super jumps, four, and then it's unlimited. And you can also turn on um, invincibility mode where you don't die. So what I ended up doing, yeah, you can actually do it,
Nice.
yeah. Which is actually really good because just like for you, like you were saying with the Mario game, where you have a specific character that you can play for like little kids, with the invincibility mode and everything turned on, I gave my daughter the game to play. Excuse me. If you're looking at the video, it's like my body's trying to burp at the same time that I'm trying to talk, so I look like I'm gagging. But don't worry about me if you're looking at the video. Yeah.
For our listeners who don't know anything about the video, we have mentioned a couple episodes back that we're testing some stuff. So yes, we're recording video. When this video may or may not go live is yet to be determined. We'll let
Oh
you
God.
know. But just in case you haven't watched that video, that's what that was about. Go on.
But yeah, so I basically turned everything on for her, and she just started. She literally completed a whole entire chapter by herself
Nice.
with the assist mode on. And it's very puzzly. There's specific sections that you have to go to finally get to the very end. It's not a linear game. The maps are not laid out the same ways. There's different routes that you can take to get to the next chapter. And if you're having a hard time in a specific level, homeboy over here had to turn on everything a couple times. Uh, because within the game you have strawberries that you can collect, and the game literally tells you collect the strawberries so you can brag to your friends because they're super freaking hard to get. Some of them there's like I don't know how I'm able to get some of the strawberries with just the normal settings. There's no freaking way. At least I have not solved that puzzle. But because
Nice.
I want to somewhat complete this game to 100%, because it's not really that long. I will say I did turn on assist mode for myself too, and I had everything to like unlimited.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel
Fair
I
enough.
feel I feel proud. I was able to navigate through some of the
I-
maps
I'm
fairly
a dad.
quickly.
Don't you judge me. I'm
That's
proud
right,
of it.
man. I got limited time that I can play, and I just want to play the game. I just want
I
to see
just
the
want to have
story.
fun.
I was told the game was good, so that's what I want to see. Go, go.
Fair enough.
But yeah, that's basically what I've ended up playing.
Sweet, man. All right, now, before we continue with the rest of the show, now each and every week we do go visit back to Ricky's Corner to let us know what is coming up. So, Ricky, what's up this week?
So this week, I'm actually gonna backtrack a little bit for last week. So on January the
What'd you do?
11th, we had
What did you
Mario.
do? You're gonna backtrack? What'd you do?
No, I'm gonna backtrack to the games that came out a little bit last week
Oh, we
as
forgot to
well.
mention. I'm just apologizing in advance. My bad, guys.
Yeah. I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. I'm only gonna go back as far as January 11th. That's when everything kind of started coming out.
Fair enough.
So, January 11th, we had Mario and Luigi, Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey. That actually came out for the Nintendo 3DS. So there's still freaking games coming out for Nintendo 3DS.
Dude,
So,
I don't think that system's ever gonna die. I mean, they're gonna continue to support it. They sell so many things on it that there's no other way to do so. Like you have to keep supporting it at this point.
I mean, Jesus. But yeah, then like Chris mentioned earlier, you have Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe that came out for the Switch on January the 11th. We have Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition. They're actually remaking the game and bringing it out for the PS4, Xbox One, PC, and the Switch. That came out on
Yup.
January the 11th. Now moving over to this week, current to date, another game that they're bringing from the past is Onimusha Warlords. That came out, I believe, in 2001, if I'm not mistaken, for the PlayStation 2 ish.
I sadly I don't remember the year, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But yeah, that's actually coming out on January the 15th. We have The Walking Dead, the final season, episode 3, coming out for the PS4, Xbox One, PC, and the Switch, January 15th. Then we have Chris' favorite in the closet kind of style game, which is Ace Combat 7, Skies Unknown,
Yeah.
coming out for the PS4, Xbox One on January the 18th.
I
And
was already talking to a friend of mine today about it, and he's like, he reminded. First of all, I forgot all about it. I forgot that it was coming out this week, and then he grabs and he reminds me about it, and is like, "Are you getting it?" And I was like, "Oh man, all right, I gotta look, I gotta see, can I do it?" And he ended up basically telling me, he's like, "If you don't get it, I'm buying it for you." So either way, I'm in that game, dude. I'm not gonna miss it.
There you go. And for anybody that wants to play it on PC, it is coming out next month on PC. It's coming out on February the 1st. So I'll probably go over that by that time. And then we have Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes coming out for the Switch. And that is going to be on January the 18th.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Sweet. So, all right, let's go ahead and now that we've done with Ricky's Corner and figured out everything that already came out and is coming out this week, let's check out this week's news. We're going to start off with an article over on Kotaku by Jason Schreier. So this is a bit of unexpected news. Bungie has officially separated from Activision. So in honor of that, Ricky has worn his Destiny shirt. Hashtag Loot Crate.
I cancel mine.
Did you?
Yeah.
Which brings me to my next point. We are not sponsored by Loot Crate, unfortunately. However, Loot Crate, feel free to.
Hey, I love it.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So they've separated, and essentially multiple things came out of this, or realistically, the biggest news is that Bungie is now going to be able to control their own domain. They're actually going to be able to keep the Destiny title. They're going to keep everything, all the assets that are involved with it. So luckily, they're going to be the ones in charge of it. But essentially, Bungie said in a blog post today, we, quote, "We have enjoyed a successful 8-year run and would like to thank Activision for their partnership on Destiny. Looking ahead, we're excited to announce plans for Activision to transfer publishing rights for Destiny to Bungie. With our remarkable Destiny community, we are ready to publish on our own, while Activision will increase their focus on owned IP projects. We will continue to deliver on the existing Destiny roadmap, and we're looking forward to releasing more seasonal experiences in the coming months, as well as surprising our community with exciting announcements about what lies ahead." Now, clearly, they're very excited to finally have their IP back. I think, to an extent, I feel that they learned their lesson when they walked away from the Halo franchise and they weren't able to keep that. Sure, they were able to start, doing Destiny, with which, when you look at it, you can see a lot of the influences from Halo on Destiny. But I think that this time they were a little more prepared to be able to maintain and keep hold of what they created, as opposed to the whole Halo franchise deal. So that is good news on that front. It's good to see that they're going to continue to support it, and everything that had already been mapped out will continue and will be delivered. But then it's great to see and know that they're also looking to expand and build more on that. So I'm personally very excited about this. What do you think about this separation?
I'm hopefully the story mode for Destiny gets fixed. Again, Bungie used to be part of Halo, so Halo has an amazing story if you've ever actually followed their lore. Um, so I kind of have a little bit more hope now for any upcoming Destiny or any DLC coming out for it, tying up all the stories and everything. Because tell you the truth, man, vanilla Destinies 1 and 2, you haven't been cutting it. So
They
hopefully,
haven't.
no. So hopefully, this is actually for the best. I truly do wish them the best on to Bungie. I really do hope that you're able to bring Destiny to what you originally attempted it. You wanted it to be. You can actually put your own personal spin, your own personal stamp on it now. Then because you were not able to before because you were
Yeah.
partnered up with Activision, so you kind of had to share. Ideas and thoughts and what would actually make it into the game and what wouldn't.
I mean, you also
So
got to think about things like microtransactions, things of that nature. That's very much controlled by Activision. Things that, of course, we're going to bring more value to the game and more value to their investors. So the reality is that there's been problems with Activision. We've all had it. We've all mentioned it. We've all complained about it. Very similar to the EA scenarios. And this is going to give them, like you said, Ricky, that liberty to do what they wanted as opposed to saying what they want to do and then not being able to deliver it because somebody else didn't agree with it.
correct.
They're going to be able to maintain the full focus of their original vision and be able to kind of push it through to see and do exactly what it is that they want to do. And that is what I'm excited about. But not only that, the other news that came out of this too is that apparently Bungie does have a brand new game that is also in development because there is an investment from from a third party called NetEase, which made $100 million investment in Bungie. So clearly there's new partnerships. Clearly there's money rolling in. Clearly they have some sort of vision. Whether this new game has anything to do with Destiny at all, or whether it's a completely standalone game, we don't know right now. It's speculation. I would speculate that it's an entirely new franchise, something that is going to set them apart and say, we are Bungie, this is who we are, this is why we do what we do, and that's it. They're going to just come out of the doors bursting open saying, this is what we do. And I'm excited to see what comes out of it. I mean, I don't know when we'll hear news about it. For all I know, they could have something ready by E3 this year. More realistically, probably something by next year, But who knows? I mean, we don't know how long this has been in the talks. We don't know how long they've been keeping this under wraps. So anything is possible at this point.
No, yeah, I completely agree with that.
So with that said, let's go ahead and get into the next article now. I'm going to go ahead and read this article. This one's over on Kotaku, again by Jason Schreier. The much anticipated Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out January 29th, and if you plan to play it, I sure hope you have a home internet connection, because the epilogue will be added via patch the next day. On Twitter this morning, publisher Square Enix laid out the update schedule for Kingdom Hearts 3 launch week, and it includes an epilogue on Wednesday, January 30th, as well as a secret movie, quote-unquote, on Thursday, January 31st. The publisher also said it plans to patch its recap of previous Kingdom Hearts games on launch day. Here's what Square said, and of course they reformatted it for convenience. Update 101, several data fixes, memory archive videos. The memory archive option will be added to the game's title menu and can be viewed at any time. The memory archive is a digest of the Kingdom Hearts story in the series to this point. Wednesday the 30th, players will need to have completed Kingdom Hearts 3 and seen the ending to get this video. The 31st, secret video, players will need to have completed Kingdom Hearts 3 and seen the ending, as well as fulfilled certain criteria to play this video. The criteria vary depending on the difficulty level selected. Epilogue and secret movie and video are video content that will enhance the player's enjoyment of the world of Kingdom Hearts. These pieces are downloadable content, are additional elements for Kingdom Hearts 3, and the main game allows players to proceed to and view the ending without the need for internet connection. So, I can't say I'm surprised. Here's the thing. A long time ago, I said that they were going to delay this game. We had a discussion on this show, this very show, where we were saying that whether the game was going to be delayed or not, I was of the heart that the game would be delayed one more time. All I'm saying is they've proven me wrong, but
To a certain extent.
To a certain extent, yes. Because of that, because once again, how are we getting games that are not? This is straight up people being sold a game that is not completed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I understand you needed more time. I get that. I kind of feel that maybe it would have been better kept private. Who knows? Point is, what happens to those people who don't have an internet connection? I know that we don't think too much about these people because we live in 2019 and the internet is everywhere. The internet is on our phones. It's on our everything. You know what I mean? But what about those people that are? You know, what's going to happen to them? You're literally selling a game that is incomplete. You're telling us yourself that you're adding and finishing the content that should have been on the game within the next 2 or 3 days of it releasing. I kind of feel like it would have been a little bit better to delay it just another month. You know what I mean?
I mean, heck, even by 2 to 3 days, because that's really what you're saying, on the article.
Well, you got to think of production is going to take a little bit, but yeah, even if even a week, even if they would have delayed a week.
I mean, I would have been fine with just a week, but I don't know, and I think I blame the internet. I officially blame the internet because the internet is making it a little too easy on developers to be able to pull things like this. So what happens if we wouldn't have internet? If we would have been in a day and age where internet wouldn't exist, you are forced to complete a game at that point. So why can you do it? Complete the game. At least be like Nintendo. And this is where I truly do admire Nintendo is because they don't announce their games until their product is pretty much ready
completed
for delivered. Yeah, exactly. Ready to be delivered, completed 100%, and you're not being faced with like, oh, well, it's got to be delayed or it's got to be this. I understand that some games might need, like a day one patch, but if it's just like to fix something's minor, I have no problem. But when
Yeah.
you're adding a complete new content, you're saying you're completely adding a video.
You're adding the end. You're adding the end.
Yeah. So,
That's what you're doing.
I mean, I don't know, man. A lot of these developers, like, they're really taking advantage. They really are.
I know, and I understand that there's deadlines. I understand that they need to get things out within a certain time. I understand that there's a return on investment that needs to be met. But at the same time, you're right. I mean, I am of the mind that yes, video games are relatively cheap and we should probably be paying a little bit more for them. I am of the mind, and I know it's an unpopular opinion. Don't hate me in the comments and or the Facebook group. Which, by the way, if you haven't checked out our Facebook group, go check out our Facebook group at facebook.com/gamingdad101. Shameless plug. So with that said, yeah, man, it's just that I don't know, man. I feel that people are testing waters until people start having a backlash, but I don't even think we're going to have that big of a backlash in this. But I feel that it is kind of dangerous territory where they're being upfront and honest about you. Like, here, you're getting a game, but there's stuff that we forgot to put in or stuff that we didn't get to put in. Hell, I kind of feel that they could have, like, worded it different. Maybe would have made a better,
I mean, at least they're doing better than Fallout. At least they're telling the customers ahead of time, hey, this is what's going on, instead of shipping you items with complete different stuff than what you paid for. But
that's neither here nor there.
I mean, we're making a step forward.
At least for real. So, well, it's hope. I don't even know what to say at this point. You know what I mean? Like I am at that point where I'm just like I don't know. It's an unjustifiable thing in my opinion. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on. So over on Tech Radar, it was reported that Twitter user Kapu has spotted some clues hidden within the Nintendo Switch Online coding that lists 22 SNES games that Kapu expects will be arriving with the service, joining the existing 20 NES games already on offer. The list is full of classic titles such as Super Mario Kart, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, Yoshi's Island, Star Fox, F-Zero, Super Metroid, and more. And if it proves accurate, will help boost the value of the online service considerably. So, I'm kind of excited.
Hmm.
You know, I kind of want to see these games. These are game. It's shameful to admit, as much as I love Zelda, even though I have a Zelda tattoo and everything, I have never played this game. I have
Really?
never played Link to the Past. Yeah, I've never actually played Link to the Past. So
And this is
it
the
would be
side-scrolling
nice.
one, right?
Yeah, and it would be nice if I'd be able to play it through this service. And I like I like what they're doing. I really like what Nintendo's been doing. They're kind of slowly getting into it now. The online service isn't perfect. It has things that it could improve. Earlier today, I actually cut an article from this week's episode talking about opinions of what people think the system needs and what it doesn't, simply because it's an opinion piece and wanted to talk more in terms of context of what really should be improved if they do have something that's actually actively bad. But I think that if they keep doing this and adding games from Super Nintendo, from the NES, if they keep going up, of course, that'd be freaking sweet. I think that they're taking advantage of their classics collection, of course, and they're just going to keep adding on top of it. And I don't know. I'm pretty excited about it. I think that'd be a nice addition, and it'd be nice to play these games, in a new system with it being included already in my subscription service.
Hmm.
There is that whole mentality that some people liked the virtual arcade version back when you could just buy the game for $5 and that was it. And there is some merit to that because you're buying the games that you actually want. But in a subscription service, the what I like about it is the fact that you're gonna try games you normally wouldn't just because you have access to them. When I sit back and I think about how many indie games I could have missed because I didn't have access to them, whether it be through PS Plus or whatever the case may be, I would have missed out on some really friggin' awesome games. You know what I mean? So having it through a subscription, I think it's a positive.
Oh, I think it's a positive too. I mean, I'm enjoying it. Just like I'm enjoying, Xbox Games Pass, I'm enjoying Nintendo's online services. Again, this and I've mentioned this on the show before. I have a retrobit trio where I collect retro games and I'm slowly going back and buying some of those retro classic games from back in the day. This right here gives me that option. Instead of me buying those games, I am able to play those games even before if I decide to buy it, then I'll go ahead and buy it if I truly do enjoy it. So at least it gives me that option where I'm able to test the waters before getting something. Um, but yeah, I mean, and when it comes about virtual console, about paying the $5 versus having it already included within your subscriptions. Like I said, I enjoy the subscriptions better. I understand that people love just owning the game, but let's be a little realistic. How many times are you actually gonna go? And I'm just gonna throw this out there as an example for the Nintendo 3DS. I'm pretty sure that one had the virtual console, and I believe the Nintendo Switch. I mean, the Wii had the virtual console as well. All of those games that you purchase for $5, how many times are you actually gonna pull out that system and connect it just so you can play those
Just to play
games?
those games, and
Versus
that's the downside.
exactly versus being able to now have it virtually in within your subscription, and if let's say you go to another console for another generation for the Nintendo, guess what? Because of the subscriptions, those games are going to continue, going with you to whatever future console you receive. So, I mean, I enjoy the service. I'm actually excited. Hopefully, they are able. I mean, they have the Switch has the capability to be able to play Nintendo, Super Nintendo, the Dreamcast, the well, yeah, no, Dreamcast was Sega. Never mind. Um, which that's another thing. I saw the Dreamcast Mini coming out.
Nice.
um, but yeah, you have the N64. So imagine if you're able to play now all of these games on your freaking Switch. I mean, I know that we have those mini consoles,
Yeah.
but truly think if you're able to play all of those true classic games that they were not able to add into the mini consoles, oh my god, that's the Switch. Whoo! That I mean, the Switch quality just went up a notch just by doing that.
And that'd be awesome. That'd be something that I hope that they do. And it would be nice if they would release their classics collection and basically have those games that they have come out with the minis, but come out in a way that you're able to use them on your Switch. And that would be definitely something that I would pay. I would honestly pay anywhere between $30 to $40. I would probably even pay $60, which is more than the little mini console itself was. And I'm sure that there's others out there that would do the exact same thing. So whether they're going to do it or not, I don't know, but it would be nice if they did. I definitely would purchase that. And on the Switch, yeah, hell yeah. Why not?
I mean, it's powerful enough to do it.
Exactly. So let's go ahead and get over to our next article. So we've talked about a lot over the crossplay and how PlayStation has been the one console that has kind of fallen behind in terms of being able to play your games anywhere. With that said, Rocket League is officially the first game to be multi-cross platform for all systems at this point. You can play with your friends on any platform.
Hmm.
Super excited.
Yep.
Happy that it's the first one, and here's why. A long time ago, they made a statement that the only thing they needed to do to turn on crossplay for all platforms was flip a switch. So it turned out to be a little more difficult than flipping a switch because it did take them a while, and they put out a statement about it. But you got to take into consideration that after saying all that, had they not been the first one, they would have gotten a lot of slack for it. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that they're finally out there and that they're finally being able to do so. So anybody who's not checked out Rocket League, do yourself a favor, go check it out, because if you're missing out on a lot, especially now that you're going to be able to play with all your friends all over the place. And then we're going to end this week's episode with news over once again regarding Valve. Valve has outlined 8 changes that it plans to do this year, including improving the store discoverability with a new algorithm recommendation engine and new broadcasting and curating features, a reworked Steam library based on tech that underlines the new version of Steam Chat, the launch of Steam China, a new event system, Steam TV, support for all games, a new Steam Chat mobile app, and expanded Steam Trust system for determining whether or not players are cheaters, and an official Steam PC cafe program. So anybody who's over on Steam, look forward to these changes because they are coming. So super excited about that. So now that we're over with the news section, can you hear my dog going fucking crazy?
Yes.
God damn it. You should have said something.
Oh, I was playing it off. I mean, we do record from homes. We have kids. It's really not.
Yeah,
It's really not. I mean,
he drives me bonkers. He drives me bonkers. Everybody listening, I apologize. Unfortunately, I didn't realize whether you guys could hear it or not. Ricky was being professional, so don't know how much I can edit on that, but we'll see what happens. All right, so before we go ahead and we end the show, as with every show, we bring you the parenting cheat code of the week. Now, this week's cheat code was not written by Ricky. He pulled a Chris. So, Ricky, what are you sharing with us this week, and where did you get it from?
Actually, I had one of my coworkers because I was asking him, I was like, "Hey, I was talking about the show and everything, and I was like, you know what? Do you guys have any life cheat codes, any life hacks?" So my coworker Elizabeth, she started going online and like googling life hacks, and one of the ones that she actually found basically says, "Use a rope to swing your kid while you're having a beer." and it actually does bring an image with it, and all you see is just like a dad and their kid is like way all the way in the back of the backyard on the swing, and the dad is just literally just swinging the kid with the rope back and forth. So that's freaking genius. It actually does remind me of a story that my grandfather and my dad used to tell me with my older brother. That my grandfather, when my brother was younger, when he was a little baby, they actually installed a hammock in the master bedroom.
Mhm.
And to basically put him to sleep, my grandfather tied a rope to the hammock. He would put my brother in the hammock and he would just rock him at night. So they don't have to wake up in the middle of the night to rock him back to sleep. All my grandfather did, he would grab the rope and he would just swing him back and forth on the hammock.
Oh,
So, so that's basically what that cheat code reminded me of. So again, if you want to be lazy, you want to have a couple of drinks, but you still want your kid because they want to swing on the swing. Tie a rope to it. I mean, it's not a bad idea. you're, they're still enjoying you're enjoying yourself, and the kids enjoying themselves too. So
yeah, why not? Why not?
hey, whatever works.
All right. Well, thank you very much for bringing that cheat code over, Ricky. So, thank you everybody for listening to this episode of Gaming Dad 101. Remember that Gaming Dad 101 goes live each and every single Wednesday on podcast services everywhere. Remember to go ahead and subscribe and rate us so that you get the episodes directly to your device and to help us out and get more listeners. Remember, if you're curious and you would like to help the show grow, please check out our Patreon at patreon.com/GamingDad101. And make sure to follow us on Twitter. You can follow Ricky at PiggyGamerDad. You can follow me at ViscZen. And you can make sure to follow our network at GeekEnd Cast for this and other shows. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching and listening. We will see you next Wednesday.